Hello and welcome to Elite Weather. My name is Mr. G, your meteorologist, as we're going to be talking about some severe weather taking place across the upper Mississippi Valley, as well as in the Ohio Valley, and the heat across the state of Texas and the Southern Plains today. So let's get into your weather today and talk about what we're seeing across the upper Midwest today. And as we take a look at our national radar, we're seeing those two big batches of some wet weather out there through parts of Minnesota as well as through Indiana and Ohio here. We're seeing two discrete areas that we're dealing with some severe weather today, and we also have our weather across the Four Corners and through the Rockies today as we have our monsoons a little bit further to the west today. It's also affecting portions of the deserts of Southern California and Southern Nevada as well. So you're seeing some showers and storms down there across Las Vegas today, so which is kind of rare for you guys. You guys pick up a couple showers and storms from the monsoons every year, and today it looks like one of those days as those showers and storms are going through the Rockies right now as well. And let's take a closer look at what's going on across the state of Minnesota right now. We do have a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings in place right now, as this area here across the Twin Cities and southeastern Arizona is under a severe thunderstorm watch right now. So we're dealing with some of that heavy rainfall through the Twin Cities, right about there, smack dab in the middle, where you're seeing that heavy rainfall at this time. And more showers and storms is going to be taking place across the U.S.-Canadian border there in northern Minnesota. So you'll have some of that to continue with today, as we're going to have two rounds of severe weather across the upper Midwest today through the state of Minnesota. And the other area that we're going to be looking at is down here through the Ohio Valley, as well as through parts of Indiana and Illinois, where we're seeing a few more severe thunderstorm warnings in place right here through eastern Ohio and southern Ohio as well. And those showers and storms are going to be moving over the border into Pittsburgh, into Pennsylvania. So Pittsburgh, you guys are going to be seeing those showers and storms as well in just a couple of hours here as they make their way to the east. So there is the other area of severe weather taking place across the nation right now. And let's take a look at those severe thunderstorm watches in place. So we have our heat advisory to the south here, and our frontal boundary right about here. We got this severe thunderstorm watch through parts of Ohio, as well as in Pennsylvania and West Virginia. And then we have our bigger thunderstorm watch here through southeastern Minnesota, southwestern Wisconsin, and far northern Iowa. And there's another smaller severe thunderstorm watch through parts of central Indiana. And we have a flash flood warning in place as well, as we're seeing a lot of heavy rainfall down through this region today. And so that is a look at some of those watches and warnings that's in place for that region in this specific weather event. And we're going to be seeing that enhanced severe thunderstorm watch across the upper Mississippi Valley and the southern Great Lakes today through southeastern Minnesota. We have it in northern Iowa, southern Wisconsin, parts of the Chicago area in northeastern Illinois. We have western Michigan, as well as down through Indiana and Ohio, and a slight rest of that severe weather. And some tornadoes is going to be possible with this activity today. We're going to see some damaging winds and some very large hail is going to be possible with some of these thunderstorms this afternoon as well. And as we take a look at what's going on here across the Twin Cities, and in the Twin Cities, we're going to see two rounds of severe thunderstorms. It's about, the noon hour now when I'm recording this video. And we're dealing with some showers and storms across the Twin Cities right now. I can hear some of that thunder out there, but we are currently seeing some non-severe storms here in the Twin Cities. But we expect two distinct rounds of some severe weather today. One that we're seeing right now between 7 a.m. and noon, and another one from 4 p.m. till about 9 p.m. this afternoon and evening. And those primary threats is going to be that damaging wind, some very heavy rainfall and large hail. And we're going to see heavy rain and some tornadoes possible in this region today. So southeastern Minnesota, southern Wisconsin, and definitely northern Iowa, we're going to be seeing that severe weather this afternoon. And as far as our national watches and hazards right now, we have this very large area of a heat advisory in place and an excessive heat warning there. So we're going to be seeing those temperatures in the upper 90s and 100s. Part of this is because of the high humidities. The humidity, you can have a temperature in the 90s, but a dew point in the 80s, and that's going to make your heat index feel like it's 110 plus. So we're going to be seeing that heat advisory in place here and also into parts of the Northeast. And we have heat advisories also to parts of the Central Rockies here. And we got to have our flood watches in place through parts of New Mexico and maybe near the Arizona border there, where we're going to be dealing with some flash flooding from some of those monsoons as well. And as we take a look at today's temperatures, it's going to be hot out there, especially through the central and southern plains. We're still seeing those triple digits in Texas, triple digits also expanding into Kansas and Oklahoma, Nebraska as well, all the way over into southern Iowa. We're seeing those triple digits through Missouri and Arkansas, even over into southern Illinois and Kentucky and Tennessee. So a very large area is seeing that triple digit heat and really high humidity. So it's pretty uncomfortable through the center of the nation this afternoon. And as far as our severe weather is concerned, we already talked a little bit about what we are currently seeing. Here is that severe weather forecast. And again, that severe weather outbreak expected across the upper Mississippi Valley this afternoon and extending into the Ohio Valley. And those primary threats is going to be that large hail, damaging winds, heavy rainfall, and some isolated tornadoes is going to be possible this afternoon and evening. And tomorrow, that severe weather threat spreads a little bit to the east, into the northeast, and again into the Ohio Valley and the Illinois Valley. Tomorrow, we're going to be seeing that threat for some heavy rain and damaging winds, and some hail is also going to be possible, but the tornado threat is going to be negligible for that event tomorrow. And then we're going to see some more severe weather possible for your Monday out there. And so on Monday, that severe weather threat moves into primarily the mid-Atlantic and to the northeast or the New England states there along the coastal section. So Boston all the way down to D.C. and Maryland and Baltimore could see that potential for some severe weather. And your primary threats is going to be some damaging wind and hail. So you could see a little bit of heavy rainfall as well, but the tornado threat is going to be very, very low. So we're not going to be too worried about that. So that is a look at the severe weather outlook. And here is that 3-day weather forecast. And again, as we take a look at our map, we are seeing that severe weather here through parts of the upper Mississippi Valley and into the Great Lakes. So we're going to be dealing with that severe weather today and heavy rainfall with some hail, damaging winds, as well as a few tornadoes might also occur in this region. More showers and storms through the northeast, down through the mid-Atlantic and the spine of the Appalachian Mountain Range, down to the Gulf Coast, and over to the state of Florida. So if you're in the eastern half of the nation today, pretty much everybody could see some showers and thunderstorms this afternoon, with the exception of you folks here in the Central Plains and parts of the central areas of the Midwest and the Southern Plains through the state of Texas, as it's very hot and humid down here through this region, through Missouri, Arkansas, Kansas, Oklahoma, and Texas. So you are going to be seeing that triple-digit heat and very high humidities. We have our monsoons down in the Four Corners in the desert Southwest. That can lead to some areas of flash flooding in southern Arizona, dry weather across the northern Rockies and the high plains in the Montana, the Pacific Northwest for the most part, with the exception of a couple of showers along the Canadian border there in Washington and Idaho and Montana, but dry weather through Oregon down through the state of California, as we're going to be seeing seasonal weather conditions along the West Coast. And tomorrow, that severe weather moves into the Ohio Valley and through, through parts of the mid-Atlantic states here. We're going to be seeing some heavy rain, some damaging wind, and large hail. It's going to be possible. Tornado threat is going to be low with that activity, but we're going to be seeing those showers and storms remain all the way down the eastern seaboard, again through the Appalachians, down to the Gulf Coast, the southeast, and over to the state of Florida. We're going to be seeing that scattered showers and scattered thunderstorms for your Sunday afternoon out there. That dry weather is going to continue across the central and southern plains and to parts of the Ozarks there, where we're going to be seeing that triple-digit heat. Nice weather across the upper Mississippi Valley into parts of the Great Lakes for your Sunday as well, as you're going to get to recover and dry out from today's severe weather. But some of those showers and storms will occur through the high plains and the front range of the Rockies, through the high plains and down to the central plains for your Sunday, and more of that four corners moisture here with that monsoon and some areas of flash floodings through parts of Colorado and Arizona. Once again, dry weather along the west coast with seasonal weather conditions for this time of the year. And then finally, for your Monday, we're going to be seeing that severe weather make its way over to the New England states and the mid-Atlantic along the big cities of the East Coast. So from Boston down to D.C., you'll be dealing with the possibility of some severe weather. And that primary threat is going to be some hail and damaging wind, as well as some heavy rainfall. Some parts of the mid-Atlantic can see some flash flooding here through parts of West Virginia, particularly, and parts of Kentucky as well. Could be dealing with some heavy rainfall, as well as southern Illinois. Parts of Missouri also will be dealing with some heavy rain. So the St. Louis area might deal with some heavy rain that could lead to some street flooding or flash flooding in those regions. The monsoons will continue across the desert Southwest as we're seeing an increase in the moisture over this weekend. So by Monday, still have that threat for some flash flooding down there in southern Arizona along the U.S.-Mexican border, and more showers and storms now will spread into the upper Midwest or the upper plains of the Dakotas and into Montana for your Monday. So that is a look at your 3-day weather outlook, as well as a closer look at the severe weather across the upper Midwest and parts of the Ohio Valley today, and the heat down across the central and southern plains through the state of Texas. My name is Mr. G. That is your weekend weather update. We'll be back tomorrow with another weather forecast, as things always change, and we'll update that current conditions, okay? Bye-bye. I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a great weekend.